Hey everyone, I know it's been a few weeks since I posted last. It's been a crazy couple of weeks with traveling. Went out to California recently, so that's always fun, especially traveling and being diabetic. We love going through those airport security checks. But I was trying to think today about something that a lot of us think about. And, I follow a bunch of different people and organizations on social media just because it helps, not only educate you, but then also realize that there are people out there that are going through the same, good days and bad days that you are as well. So I had ran into something that I've actually seen a lot lately, and it's called the diabetic swish. So I'll just read it to you in case some of you haven't seen this, but I've actually seen this around before, so I will go ahead and read it. So it says, diabetic swish. I wish they could see the scars, not just the tiny holes on my fingers from the pricks, and not just the small dots on my body from the needles, the deeper ones, the scars that won't fade away, the depression I go through, the tears I cry, the nights I want to die, the days I can't control it, the highs that make me weary, the lows that make me weak, the daily emotions I go through and can't seem to control, the jokes people throw at me, the smile I force even on the hard days. I wish people could see and understand the internal scars a diabetic has, because there will never be a cure for those. Now, that's pretty deep. Very deep. I had told people before, they're like, oh, we always hear, oh, you have diabetes? Do you have the good one or the bad one? And as a diabetic, you're just like, diabetes isn't really good either way. But, it's one of those things that we deal with on an everyday basis. And it's something that a lot of people don't quite understand. I had actually spoke to my husband about this the other day, and I said, I don't think that I really had any depression or anxiety until I was diagnosed with diabetes. And I don't know if that's just because I went through a million different emotions when I was first diagnosed, because like I said, I was diagnosed at 17. 17. I was young and stubborn and knew everything, but not about diabetes. And I was lost. I was always asking myself why. My mom wanted me to go to diabetic camps, but I don't know. I don't know if it's that I felt like I was too old or like, oh, I'm good. I've always been one of those people. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. But then people don't see you at night in your room when you are literally breaking down because you had a high blood sugar and you're worried about, did I just take a few years off my life? And like feeling perfect. You can't ever be a perfect diabetic. There's no such thing as a perfect diabetic. And I've tried talking to some people throughout the years, and if I were younger, maybe I would have went to a diabetic camp. But I stress this to everybody. If you feel like you need somebody to talk to, because some days, those hard days are just tough to get through, make sure you talk to somebody. Make sure you make others aware of how you feel, whether it makes you seem weak and vulnerable. That was one of the things that I struggle with, and I still do struggle with, because I don't want people to see that side of me. I don't want people to see me as a weak person, that I can't handle my own condition. You're not weak. We are just in a state with this disease to where you feel great one day, and your diet and whatever you're eating and your blood sugar is, everything aligns and it's great. But then you have those bad days where your blood sugar goes high and you accidentally take it out on family that you love, that's always there for you no matter what. Or you go low and you don't feel like you can get out of bed because you're so low. But you have to, because your husband went to work and your kids need you. I mean, like, these are the things that go through my head. And like I said, I had read this to my husband the other day, and he's like, I didn't really think about it like that. And just kind of a background, I've been with my husband for 6 years. He's like, I just always think that you're gonna take care of it. Like you got it, right? And I guess that's just the way I've always been. I can take care of it and I can take care of myself. But sometimes you need familiarity. Familiarity. You need to be able to talk to somebody that goes through those same exact things that you go through. And don't ever in a million years feel like you are alone on that. Because I'm telling you right now, every single one of us, whether it's type 1 or type 2, I actually have a friend from high school that had gestational diabetes, and then she developed type 2 diabetes after. And we were talking the last time that we had seen each other back in our hometown. She had come home, and it's hard. It's hard. But when you can get a good day in and day out regimen of what you do, whether it's what you eat or the activities that you do, or staying active with your family, make sure you stay involved. Make sure that if you are feeling a certain way, that you reach out to people. I am just now starting to be vulnerable with my husband on this. That's huge. I've known the man for 6 years, been married to him for 4.5 now, and I'm just now being vulnerable about it. And he's listening because, I always tell him, I was like, I need to put a saline pump on you. And you have to test your blood sugar every single time before you eat. Or you have to test your blood sugar, or maybe you feel like a little bit weak, and then you have to test your blood sugar again, and you may have to eat something even though you're on a diet. I've been doing Nutrisystem lately, and thankfully, it has really helped me understand food and portions, and my portions were way out of control. Super out of control. And, Nutrisystem has been good for me and my family and my health and my energy level. And I always tell people, if you need something to help you understand portion sizing, especially type 1 diabetics, because I'm on a custom meal plan from Nutrisystem. I love, 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 love the frozen foods. I still have their ice cream sandwiches, which is like one of my favorites. But my blood sugars are so good. I went into my endocrinologist, and he is just amazed with everything. But you have to find what works for you. What is going to be good for me is not always going to be what is good for you. So you have to understand it, you have to embrace it, and you have to talk to people. Even though you're a teenager and you're watching this and you have diabetes, your parents may not understand, but talk to them. Communicate with them on how you feel. Let them know that, hey, I'm really good. Or, hey, I am really bad. I don't know what to do. My blood sugars are all over the place. They may not be able to fully understand where you're coming from, but they're going to make sure that you get the help that you need, whether you need to go to your endocrinologist or you guys just need to tweak a few things. Talk to someone. Communicate. That was one of the hardest things for me to understand with this disease state. I saw another one just really quick because I think this is gone like over 10 minutes now. What if you simply devoted this year to loving yourself more? Make the change for you. And if you don't want to do it for you, do it for your family. I do it for my girls and my husband and my mom and dad and sister and brother. Like, I want to be the best version of myself, and I'm getting there. I've had diabetes since 2003, 15 years, and I'm getting there. If you do this a lot sooner than what I did, you will never regret it. I'm telling you that right now. And just to end on something kind of funny. A day in the life of the diabetic. Okay? See See all those different emotions. Oh, going the wrong way. All those different emotions. We know how that goes, for sure. Anyways, something fun to end with. But if anything comes from this video, I just hope that you talk to somebody and communicate with someone and let them know how you're feeling. You don't have to do it every day, but every once in a while, communicate with those that you love, because they love you and they will make sure that you are the best version of yourself if you can't currently at that moment be. So, all right, everyone. I hope that everyone has had a great weekend, and I will see you next Sunday. Peace.